Scorpio, I'm your astrologer Wonder Girl, and I'm here to give you your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, July 10th to Sunday, July 16th. All right, Scorpio, now what we got coming into this week, and that happened really at the very end of last week, was a full moon for you in your third house conjunct Pluto, which is your ruler, okay? And the third house here rules communication, talk, people around town as well, things that are just familiar to you. In some way, I'm gonna write familia. Okay, so maybe there's been a lot of changes in like your immediate environment, perhaps also in the way that you communicate with people that are close to you or that are around you in some way, perhaps a lot of changes too in how you think about your life and where your life is going. And I think what is happening at the end of last week into this week is you really need to step into some of these changes that are going on in your immediate environment in some way with people that you're close to, with some things that are just happening there so that you really can expand your life in some way and do something new and different, okay? Because of course the moon here, which was over Pluto, was opposing the sun and Mars in your 9th house, okay? And I think there's a lot of stuff going on, perhaps with people around town, with the way that you're thinking and communicating, that you're trying to figure out and step into some of these changes in some way so that you can really expand your life, do something new, exciting, different, that's good for you, okay? While you're thinking about that and all of that's going on, I think you're also thinking about your career, which is going on here because Mercury is in your 10th. And I think you're trying to figure out how you can create a career that resonates with who you are and with what you want and brings you peace and comfort in some way, because we do have Mercury in your 10th in a pretty sextile with Jupiter in your 12th of like internal stuff going on inside you, okay? So you want a life path and some social standing in some way that brings you comfort, okay, and that brings more peace to you than perhaps it has before, okay? So that's kind of where you're at this week. Now, while that's going on, I think there could also be some frustration that things aren't going as quickly as you would like. Maybe things are happening a little slower for you than you were hoping, okay? And now that for you is gonna have to do here with your 8th house of some changes you want to make. Perhaps there's some kind of new, some kind of different thing you want to do in life that you feel like is more in line with you and who you are and what you want in some way. Some big changes, some maybe deep relationships that you want to get into, or some kind of financial partnership with someone that you really want. And I feel like this week it's going a little slow for you, okay? It's really hard for you perhaps to make some of these changes in your life, to do something new, to partner with people, to expand your life in some way that you feel like can help you. It might also be a little bit difficult for you over here to work your job out, okay, and your daily routines, and make some changes that you want to have a better job and to have a better daily existence in some way, and to bring more excitement into it. I think you're gonna have to be patient. Not that you can't make changes in your job here, not that you can't bring something new into your life that resonates more with you, just that you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer to have some of that stuff happen for you, okay? While that's going on, we also do have Uranus in your 6th, also still making a semi-square with Neptune in your 5th of happiness as well. So I think there's maybe some frustration too about your job not bringing you the joy or the happiness that you would like, your daily routines not being quite in a spot that makes you happy either, that you're just gonna have to sit with this week, unfortunately, and just wait for it to pass, okay? But you don't just have to wait there idly. There are things that you can do while, you know, things are kind of slow, and that really is gonna be having to reorient your mind and the way that you think about some of these things going on in your life. Now, that for you is going to be very career related because Mercury is in your 10th excuse me, and it's going to have a lot to do with Neptune over here in your 5th and Pluto in your 3rd, okay, because it's quincunxing those spots, all right? So that means you're going to have to think very differently about what makes you happy in your career, about the career you want, about the life direction that you want, okay? Maybe you've been thinking about what you want in your career in one way, and it's time for you to realize that has passed. You don't feel that way about your career anymore. Things are different, and to think about it differently, okay? You may also have to think very differently about the things that you do regularly, the people that you interact with regularly in some way, and how you can just work those better in your career as well, okay? And what a perfect time to think about things differently than on right after a full moon, okay? When the moon's starting to wane. All right, so that's going on there. You're also going to have to think a little bit differently too about your money and your finances and your confidence in some way, and how you can do something new and different and exciting with what it is that you currently have, and what is it, you know, the gifts and talents that you've been given, having to just reorient yourself towards some of these things, okay? So I think that's a lot of what is going on this week. Thinking a lot too about stability, how you can build more stability perhaps into your life in some way, and get some insights here to do something new that you enjoy or want to do you in some way with that. Okay, so that's what I have for you. Now your card for the week is Judgment, upright. Okay, so I think you're looking back at a lot of the things that you've done recently or that have happened to you, and you're wondering, did I make the right choices? Did I do the right thing? You know, if I had to do my life or the past few weeks or whatever over again, would I or would I not? Okay, and to me, especially when it's upright, it indicates it's looking pretty good for you. Maybe you're feeling like, you know what, I made the right choices. But if you didn't make the right choices, and this is the week to go back and to rethink your life, to rethink some of the things that happened to you and your part in them in one way, in what way or whatever way they happened, so that you can figure out how you could have done them better, what you can do differently moving forward to get yourself in the spot that you want to be. Okay, so that's what I see for you this week. Thank you so much for watching your horoscope. If you like it, please like it on Facebook, like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.